What's one thing our parents struggle with that will be easy for our generation? My dad was a single parent, and when I was 13, I got my first period. I had no idea what was happening, and I was terrified. I thought I was dying. I was in the bathroom crying, and my dad heard me. He asked what was wrong, and I told him I was bleeding. He immediately rushed me to the hospital. I was sitting in the examination room when the doctor came in and asked what was wrong. I told him I was bleeding, and he asked me to show him where. I pointed to my crotch, and he looked at me confused. He asked if I had started my period, and I asked what that was. He then explained to me what a period was, and I was so relieved. I wasn't dying. I was just becoming a woman. The doctor then went out to the waiting room to talk to my dad. He explained to him what was happening, and my dad was so embarrassed. He had no idea what a period was. The doctor then gave my dad a list of things to buy for me, and we went home. My dad then sat me down and apologized for not knowing what was happening. He told me he would do his best to learn about periods so he could help me. A few days later, he came home with a book about periods and gave it to me. He told me he had read it and that I should read it too. We then had a talk about periods, and he told me he would always be there for me if I needed anything.